When they first asked me if I knew El Principito, I said, yes, I know the book very well. It's very special to me. My wife gave me the book 25 years ago when we were just dating in college, so the book was always part of our relationship. It was, so when they said, do you want to make a movie? I said, no, it's impossible. But it didn't take me long to realize that this was actually an incredible opportunity that I couldn't pass up, because just because the book is so special, and because the book is so special to me, I realized that I had a strong point of view, and I thought that there was an incredible opportunity here to not just make the book into a movie, but to make a movie about how the book is so powerful and how it can affect us and how it can give us an experience that is completely singular. So this was when I realized that this opportunity I couldn't pass up. The book meant so much to me that I thought, what an incredible way to transmit the story of this book and to bring this book, hopefully, to audiences that have never read the book, or people who love the book dearly and want to celebrate the book. One of the earliest ideas that I had to preserve the book and to try to protect the book was that I was going to use a very special technique to portray the sequences that we were showing from the book, and that was stop motion animation. Stop motion animation is handmade, it's very delicate. Like when you're watching stop motion, it's quite magical, and I really thought it would be the perfect way to depict the poetry and the sensitivity of the book. And then wrapping around that, the larger story that I wanted to tell around the book, I was going to use CG animation because this would be a great way to represent reality, so that I could create two different worlds inside the movie: the reality, or the grown-up world, or the way grown-ups see everything, and then the imagination, or the way children see things, or the way the little girl imagines the story. So I really wanted to use the two different techniques to help me tell the story in an emotional way. I wanted to bring you back to the memory of the pages that the book is written on, and back to the original illustrations, which are created on these very fragile pieces of paper. And the girl, when she imagines the story, she imagines it built out of paper, like as if her mind is kind of collaged this world together. So I thought it was a great way to create something very unique and very sensitive, and it has the textural quality of this material that we are all really familiar with. And it also is very evocative of arts and crafts that you make when you're a kid, and I just thought it would be the perfect way to portray the book. Well, you know, color is really important to help tell the story. And whenever you're using color, and whenever you have a plan for how you're going to use color, it always is much more effective. So we decided early on that the grown-up world, or the world of reality, would be very sort of neutral and almost gray, desaturated and kind of boring, so that when we go into the imagination, or we go into the aviator's backyard and into his house, it's much more colorful. And that contrast of going from no color to a lot of color becomes a very powerful emotional aspect of the storytelling. And so it's really quite exciting when you can do that in a film and really control the color. And I think it's very exciting, and this movie gave us a great opportunity. Well, I think the greatest difficulty we had in using the two different techniques was just getting them to feel like they belong together in the same movie. I didn't want it to feel like you're changing channels from one thing to another. So we actually used color quite a bit to blend between the two worlds. I wanted them to have a different textural feel, but we used color and light. The way we lit the scenes, we tried to use a lot of realistic lighting techniques in the CG, because we wanted to match the realistic lighting that we were going to have in the stop motion. Aside from that, though, the most complicated thing about the two different techniques is we had two entirely different crews, like two entirely different studios that were working simultaneously across town. So I had to go back and forth between each one, and it was a lot of coordination, yeah. Hola, Cinema Nautilus. I'm Mark Osborne, the director of The Little Prince, and I really hope you'll go see the film in theaters and enjoy it. Whether you've read the book or not, the movie was made for you. I really hope you'll enjoy it. Thanks so much. Muchas gracias.